Shalom, Kol Halal, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakha Kwadash, double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone, rule well, who have taught us knowledge. Honors and salutations to you, fellow laborers, doing the work week in, week out. Shalom to you and shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. Back at you with another video. Fair use, by the way, courtesy of Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. He's one of the hosts on the TYT or the Young Turks Network, and he has, he produced pretty good videos, I would say. He gets a lot into, a lot of police abuse of power, a lot of, racial attacks. He reports on those things, and I seen this video right here, which an Edomite was arrested for plotting a mass shooting of Israelites. So, I decided to do a video on it, and Lord willing, it's edifying. But this goes to show you that there's no such thing as one people. Everybody being one people. There's a reason why the Heavenly Father had separated the sons of Adam. All right, because the Heavenly Father was never for everyone being one big happy family. All right, no, you have nations, and then you have the chosen nation, whom the Lord created, and that's the way He wanted it. All right, that's the order that was given from the Most High Heavenly Father, all right, to His Son, all right, that was passed down to His Son, Yahweh Shai. And I'm going to show you in this video and in this lesson, all right, how the Lord put hatred between, the nation of Esau, all right, the house of Esau, and our nation, the nation of Israel, all right, the house of Jacob. Okay, so let's get into it.
You see, this person, he was, according to the authorities, going to kill a lot of black people. Okay? Man has been arrested after plotting a mass shooting of black people in law.
Now you would think that this would make the mainstream news media and be made into a huge deal, but we don't control the mainstream media, and it's the Edomites, man. This is Esau society. He controls his media, and they would never want to paint this as a narrative, all right? Because there are many cases like this, all right, daily, where you have these Edomites going on the or getting ready to go on a rampage or a tear to murder a lot of people, all right? Because according to Esau, our people is the worst thing of society, all right? Let Esau tell it, right? But often you see Edomites doing things like this, mass shootings, all these mass shootings that take place. Who be behind it? Edomites, all right? Edomite men, okay?
Las Vegas, after Hunter Holman lost his job at a Las Vegas call center, he allegedly attacked a black family with his car.
See, they never report on things like this because, again, they control the narrative. They don't want you to see Edomite men in the negative light. If that's Jake they put on blast instantly. When there's an Edomite that's doing some wicked or evil thing to someone, like this guy right here, it's never portrayed like it should be. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
To kill them. That's according to the Metro Police Department. There's more. Then you have a mass shooting plot. Let's go to February 22nd. Las Vegas police learned from the FBI in Arkansas that Holman was suspected of threatening to kill African Americans at a fitness center in Little Rock with an AR-15 rifle on the 9th of the month.
Now, I'm going to let if you brothers out there watch this show, you can watch the rest of the video. I don't want to get the copyright strike. So in the video, they detail is out, play a little bit of, he had multiple instances where they knew he was plotting these things, but there was no action taken. Okay. Going back to Arkansas. All right. Now, the last incident was in Las Vegas. All right. But prior to then, he was plotting and doing things, as you heard, trying to run the Jake family over with his car because he lost his job. Silly shit like that Edomites do. This is Revelation 12 and 10 because, like I said, Esau will make it like so-called Negro, Latino, Native American men, Israelite men. They would make it think, they would paint a picture to people to think that we're the worst of society. All right. Revelation 12 and 10, it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Because Esau always accuses us of doing these heinous type of crimes, and how could you, and accusing us of being, just wild and untamed, beach-like people. But in reality, they're the beach-like people. Okay, like a wild beast to go and spill blood, all right, all over with no, with no afterthought behind it. A wild beast is just spill blood, and that's their nature. That's what they're made to do. Okay, and that's exactly how Esau is made. All right, the so-called white man, he spills blood all over the earth. And just look at the many wars he's done, But hey, we're the worst of society, right? But let me go to let's go to the book of Genesis, because what this man was doing was a clear sign of the hatred that was established between, which would later become known as the Edomites and the Israelites, the house of Jacob, the house of Esau. But it started back, in the garden. All right. This is Genesis 3 and 15. And this is after after the act of Eve, all right, being beguiled by the serpent, where sin came in, and as a result, the Lord put an enmity between the two seeds. All right. So, and again, later that will become Esau and Jacob. All right. And then before Esau and Jacob, you had Cain and Abel. All right. Cain hated Abel and murdered him. All right. Which that same spirit that's in Cain and in Esau, all right, it's the same spirit, man. All right. Same exact spirit. And going back to the serpent, to Cain and Esau, the same spirit, man. You can see it today when you interact with the Edomites, okay? Genesis 3 and 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So it was funny because, that's how Jacob came out of the womb. After Esau was born, he was holding the heel of, Jacob was holding the heel of Esau, but so I'm gonna go look up the word enmity, right? All right, enmity. The root word is it's come from the Hebrew. And it's ayab is the root word. Ayab. And it says hostility, enmity, hatred on the Strong's definition. Enmity, hatred. And that's what you see between the two nations. All right. They are known as Israelites and Edomites. All right. And that's the reason why we were created differently. All right. Let's go to the same book, right? Genesis 25, right? The reason why the Lord made our nation and their nation different, because that's the way he wanted it, right? Now, let's go to what the Lord told Isaac and Rebekah, right? This is Genesis 25 and 23. It says, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. All right, so 2 different people, 2 different mannerism, one going to be stronger than the other. And so that's the way the Lord set it up. And later on, you would see a lot of incidents where there was a lot of hatred between these 2 nations, okay? And it will be a lot of fighting going on, as it is this day. There's always incidents of hatred between the nation of Esau and our nation, the nation of Jacob. And right now, we're Jacob being on the bottom, all right? Pretty much, they can take advantage of us, okay? And they do take advantage of us, all right? Let's go from there to the book of Obadiah, because the violence that the Edomites have done overwhelmingly to us, it shows, all right? Obadiah verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So what do you see on a continual basis, all right? Esau doing violence against his brother Jacob, okay? Whether it's with because the sword is just not the gun or just a knife. The sword can be biochemical weapons as well. All right, that's a part of the sword. And that's what Esau used. Okay? Bear me one second. It's like it. So yeah, like I was saying, Esau uses biochemical weapons on us as well. And there's plenty of evidence on that. All right. Going back to 1492. All right. So, there are many ways that he have used violence against us. The Tuskegee experiment, just to name a couple. All right. So, I mean, this is nothing new. The scriptures say there's no new thing under the sun. So, I mean, it's something that has been an ongoing thing. Okay. And you fast forward today, you got these Edomites that pretend like they love you, but it's all fake, and it's always revealed what's really on their heart, which is hatred. All right, this is the book of matter of fact, bear me one second. Let's see here. Grab this precept real quick. Romans 13 and 10, it says, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Right. So if you look between our nation and their nation, there's been no love between the two. Okay, there's been no love. There's been no acts of brotherliness. I'm sorry. All right. I mean, even you go into the account of Isaac when he was getting ready to die. Esau and his brother Jacob, which is our forefather, They was mourning over Isaac, all right? And even during that time, you had where Esau was plotting against Jacob. All right. Let's get that real quick. I'm gonna fast forward. I'm gonna read the whole account, but let's get it though. This is Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So that's evident that, you know, even during that time of grief or mourning over Isaac, you know, his mindset was to murder his brother Jacob, which is the forefather of us Israelites. All right. Remember Jacob's name changed to Israel. Okay. And the word slay, the Hebrew word is harag, to kill, slay, murder, destroy, murderer, slayer. Yeah. And that's what Esau is. All right. Esau is definitely a murderer. All right. His whole track record show you that he's a murderer. And like I said, when Jake do violence against each other, which is, you know, a part of the curses, not making any excuses for it. Yeah, is it evil? Is it wicked? Of course. All right, but Jake doing it to each other. Esau does it on a mass scale, like on a grand mass scale. Like it's far way above what Jake can do, because Jake may murder each other, right? But it's not to the degree that Esau murdered people. And you gotta remember, Jake do it to each other. But it may be a one-on-one thing, a couple people involved, right? Edomite men, they murder in groups, large groups. See? They murder in large groups. And, you know, again, when Jake do something, it's always you know, a thing where they drag Jake through the mud and make it like, you know, that, you know, we're the worst thing walking. All right. That's why it says in Psalms, because he want the world to believe that we're our people, right? That we're the worst thing, you know, in society. He want to paint that narrative in the negative light of us, as far as the ones of our people that do these type of things, murdering each other. But when it's his own, it's never portrayed that way again. You know, it's always misguided anger. Well, he was going through this. Jake, oh, it's savages. You know, we're savages. We're unempathetic. You know, all kind of things. Okay. Psalms 50 and 19, it says, thou givest thy mouth to evil and thy tongue frameth deceit. It's true. Because, you know, he won't drag his own through the mud like he do, you know, one of ours. All right. You got Harvey Weinstein. He is caught on audio and video record doing heinous things to women. But he's not dragged through the mud like R. Kelly, whom was having consensual relations with women. They made him out to be this monster of a man, you know, just to give one example, you know. There's many other examples. Okay. The Jeffrey Epstein guy. I mean, come on. Verse 20, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son. Yeah, who's they're talking about? It's talking about Rebecca and Jacob, because who who was loved of their mother. Rebecca loved Jacob. It tells you that in Genesis 25. Excuse me. Let's go to it real quick. Genesis 25 and 28, it says, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. See? That's what it's referring to. Rebekah loved Jacob, and that's the reason why she did what she did in the account of Jacob going to get that blessing from Isaac when he was dying. Right before he died, she the Lord put on her spirit to get Jacob to go get that blessing. And she helped him. Because why? She loved Jacob, our forefather. Right? Even though Esau already had sold his birthright, but now the blessing came and Jacob went and got that blessing as well. All right. And the reason why Esau do the things he do to, us descendants of Jacob is because he want that blessing. He want that birthright and blessing. That's one of the main causes of his violent acts that he do towards us. He want that blessing back and that birthright that he sold. He didn't have a care for it. He didn't have a care for his birthright. And when the blessing came, it was too late. Jacob he had supplanted Isaac, their father. See? And that's the reason why, these Edomites, they're always doing things to us to try and cut us off as a nation, which they have cut us off as a nation. The Edomites and the rest of the nations that were siding or plotting against us with them. Psalms 83 tell you about that. Okay, and then also you have today. Okay, today you have it where the Edomites are, because we already know about the hardcore slavery part, right? But you fast forward through this, civil rights movement and all that stuff on today. The reason why the Edomite cops approach you Jakes the way they do is because they really have hatred on their mind, and the way they can get it off is being a cop, being a police officer. That's why oftentimes, them Edomite cops do what they do to Jake, because they really hate you. Okay. Something for you Israelites out there to think about, So I'm going to go from there. I'm going to go to the book of Amos real quick. Amos chapter 1 and verse 11, it says, thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, like he purposed to do after Isaac died. He said, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And you see it, okay? My cop pull you over or approaches you, or it don't have to be a cop necessarily. It could just be an Edomite in your neighborhood or close in your area. They look upon you with hatred. All right? So they come crouching, like the scriptures say, because they're really your enemies, and they're looking to overthrow your goings. No matter how smooth their words are, it's always a ulterior motive, And it goes to show you, because you don't see Jake doing shit like this man in this clip that I played from this video. But this man right here, look at him.
Enter in.
Shlaki. That guy had you could tell this guy had hatred on his mind. That's why he's looking proud. Look at that proud look. So, don't expect Edomites to be your friend or don't expect them to love you. All right. Again, that's not what the Lord intended. That's not what He set up or created to be. Okay. The reason why our nations, these two nations of Esau and Jacob are against each other is because the Lord did that. All right. And that's how the Lord wanted it to be. So you're not going to see the nation of Jacob and Esau getting along. All right. Two totally different nations, two totally different roles in the Most High movie. We're the righteous seed, they're the wicked seed. And it's just how it is. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna end it right there. Lord willing, this video has been edifying. And until next time, I want to say shalom.